And we're into the game here and underway between GWS and Port Adelaide, and GWS able to get the first kick away with Cornelio and Green getting involved. And now they've got it to half forward. It's going to be hard yards at times. Hoskin Elliott getting good support from Ward. Kelly back into the team this week after just a minor injury last week. Able to control the footy again. Hurry kick forward from Hoskin Elliott. Doesn't go too far. Big Patton was up, as you saw. Pollock had a little opportunity. Palmer also returning to the field for the Giants, and he starts brilliantly with a goal.
Great start from the Giants. Dominated possession. 4 inside 50s in the first couple of minutes of play.
So we haven't seen up until now. Part of the progression of a team as they make their way up the ladder. Monfries. And Schultz comes out and takes the mark on the lead. Monfries a very handy player to get back into the team. Was able to work with Boak. And Schultz, who's a wonderful story, takes the mark and will have a shot for goal.
Sam Frost has him today. Just got caught in the jumble up in the goal square, and they jockey and they jostle for possession, and then one makes the break. When he's here, that's a free kick all day long.
So Schultz, we know, is an outstanding kick. 18 goals, 4 for the season coming in, and you can make that 19.
Well, he does it well, Schultz. He takes the mark and he always just works his way towards the corridor a little bit, just to make the angle more in his favour, especially from marking it out wide. So he's extremely smart when these things happen. We'll have a look here again at Monfries back. First contest, good first contest too from Monfries back into the lineup, and that's just the use of the ball from Boak there. He's lace out to Schultz, who got plenty of work, plenty of distance between himself and Frost. The other one was Westhoff, got great build-up off Haynes as well in that lead-up to that goal.
Just his way around Kasisi to try and open things up a little through the middle. They've shown they're going to be prepared to kick there, and they might be changing their mind soon if they execute like that. Hoskin Elliott
Cameron's out.
Starting to really blossom. He's a talented player. Look at the kick on that. The carry was brilliant, and the Giants have started in style.
The last one was set up well by Treloar. Just held onto the ball long enough so that the opponent had to be drawn to him.
Tomlinson tried to get it going out of the middle, couldn't. Lobie is able to respond to Westhoff quickly. And Heath saw the early read on Monfries. Casualty is Ebert. We'll get a look at how severely the injury is in a moment. Quick kick from Monfries is very, very good. Looks like he's playing some sort of defensive role too on Heath Shaw down there, and that's a good way to keep Heath honest.
Well, Heath was the one who came out and went through Ebert, I think it was. Yeah, charged the ball here, both with the ball. Wow, big hit. Big hit. Monfries then went to remonstrate, ended up then going to search for the footy, found that.
You can see that Heath had designs on the ball. Both hands are open when he jumps at it, and then he tucks up into a ball for protection. Good on him. Get in there and fly the flag. Yep. Comes up from the half-forward line.
Good kick from Hobbs. He was off-wide. He was committed. And he brushes aside Shield. He's got Stewart. Now Monfries leading into the pocket. That's where the kick's going to be angled. Shaw to try and defend. Could easily have been a free kick. Schultz back to Stewart again. Monfries quick on his feet. So too is Shaw. That could be in the back. He frustrated Heath Shaw, but...
Well, he did in the end, but I'll tell you, Leon Cameron will be asking, how does White get it all by himself? Who was the player? Who was the GWS player that just didn't get to his man? This is the one here. Look, this is the... Oh, no, Monfries drags him. Shaw down there, gets back to his feet, and this is the second one here. Shaw back in, but rides him straight into the deck.
You notice how his heels come up above his body when he feels any contact from behind. I've been taught by Lloydie.
Oh, his kick's only going to barely make the distance. Now there's an appeal for a little sneak.
Couldn't say. Yeah, believe. Sorry? Okay, I believe it's a goal. Can we please check?
Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. We just please check to see if it was touched.
So Lee Fisher handling proceedings there. Angus Monfries normally a bigger kick than that. Already with 1 goal to his name. Let's see. And Giles touch it.
Right hand.
Oh. So it's the boundary umpire who said that it wasn't touched, and now it's going to be all clear a goal. And suddenly the game almost tied up here at Star Trek Oval in Canberra.
Yeah, it's a must goal. Got to pay that one. Not definitive that there was a touch on the ball. The umpire's calls goal. Just eager to lay the tackle in the back line and just really keen to lay it. Yeah.
Yep.
He does propel himself forward a little bit, as a rule.
There's plenty of rain this morning and more forecast throughout the afternoon. Good little gift from Corns to Pollock. Could be enough to give Port the lead for the first time in the day.
Well, Colby just mentioned the fact that the Giants have been dominant around the clearances. Port Adelaide get one back there and in a big way. Scores from stoppages are critical in today's game, and Port Adelaide able to achieve that on this occasion with Pollock there. You see him on Tomlinson, and Tomlinson just allows him to get goal side of him. Ball pops out, and it's the shot at goal. There he is there, and it's a quick snap on the left foot. That's an excellent finish inside some tight traffic. Sometimes you throw it on the boot. It's a bit of luck, but worked out in his favour.
Go, Jackson.
And they have the lead for the first time in the day. Let's see if they can build. Stewart has had 10 disposals in the first quarter. Oh. And then Pollock again had 2 chances, and the second one he takes. And suddenly Port lead by 9.
Beautifully rolled.
It's like they've just had a little bit of a kick in the pants in the first part of the quarter, and they've responded now.
Well, you picked it up there, Durbin. You watch Pollock here just hit the front and square with good speed, good intensity, right spot. There it is there, and Pollock, in the end, just a classy finish. It took a little bit of a fumble, but he had support around him with Schultz allowing him to come through, and he's pretty happy with that, as he should be too. 2 goals in a row to Pollock.
2 goals, 2 in fact. He's coming up to his 100th game. It's been a hard battle. It's his game number 97. He's had severe injuries, Robbie Gray, but we've never doubted his talents. Whistle blew, and he's hit the post. So it's a behind, and I think from a game point of view, it's a good thing that he's missed not trying to be biased towards the Giants, but they put in a lot of effort in that first quarter, and it would have been heartbreaking for them to be 3 goals down. As it is, the margin is 11, so certainly not far away, and they've really started strongly in this.
This is just like local footy right now. It's hard, bruising football.
Pittard servicing Wines to half forward, just opening up a little bit for Schultz. Had a metre, used it off the left boot. Penetrating kick. Haynes has to defend for his life, but he can't stop the pace and the run of Matthew White.
It's quick. He's very, very quick.
He's lightning.
He is, isn't he? And I like the work of Westhoff here. He wasn't going to mark the ball. It was going to be tough to mark the ball, but he keeps it alive. In some ways, puts it back towards the corridor. Both Port Adelaide here with some run, and Schultz gets on the end of it, and Wingard's trying as hard as he possibly can. Just can't get his hands on the ball at the moment. But here's Westhoff here. Just can't mark it. The ball flips off the fingers.
He angled that
into the right spot.
He likes to dart through the middle here. Nothing to stop him. Linked up well with a run on the left foot of Pollock. It's going to go almost all the way to Gray again.
Oh, gee, that's good.
He's got him. Yep. Well done, Kirtley.
There's been very few players in the comp who would have been able to deal with that sidestep by Robbie Gray. That was really good. Good sidestep.
Now, he's been pinged here.
Yeah, you can't back over it like that. Well, he's just screamed at his teammates up the ground, move, move, give me a target. So that's a deliberate there for you now, Jono. That's the easiest one he'll ever get.
Yeah, very easy there, and Pittard's into Hampton as well. And you see here, so he's got the free kick. He's got room to obviously dispose of this ball here, go left or right. Even run, start to run, use a bit of speed that you got and get the ball long outside 50 on your right leg. Call the play on.
What he needs to do is let the tackler get to him and bustle
then
him
you buzz
over the
over.
line.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
If he had, it would have been an interesting decision then.
Yeah. It's Curly Hampton, what he needs to do in that scenario, when call play on, he needs to let the tackler come to him, bustle him over the line. Then the umpire has to make the distinction of how much he was under pressure. And then he has the experience of knowing that situation, Hutto.
Yes.
Off the ground goes Ward to centre half forward. Giants need to respond, and respond really, really soon, or it's going to get away from them here. White takes the mark again. Hobbs set them on the path. White charging along that wing, kicking to half forward. Shields dealt with Haynes, and then takes the tumbling mark, and they're looking ominous at the moment.
It's good work. I couldn't quite catch. Might have been Newton, I'm not sure, came in to block Kelly just to stop his chase down
on the centre wing.
On White, which then allowed him to get an execute the perfect kick. Just comes there, stops. Might have been Westhoff. There's Westhoff. So just allowed White to get a clearing kick, an easier kick going forward rather than one under pressure.
Haynes getting a little bit off balance too, as we saw. So the kick from Jay Shields.
Nice, great kick.
It is a crack kick, that's for sure. 20 goals, 4 for the season for Jay Shields, and Port Adelaide suddenly lead by 30, and they are in complete command.
29 possessions to 9 in this second quarter now, and it's been done with contested possession. They have +8 in this opening 6 or 7 minutes.
Just strength from Shields there. Excellent mark, contested mark. Great finish.
Doing it hard, both teams, but Port emerging. Robbie Gray with the mark, angles it up for Monfries.
Oh, turn around, Hampton.
The cupboard bare inside the 50, so he can use that space and guide the kick. Is it a mark or let it go for Shields? He decides to do the team thing. Port hit back.
Well, I just sort of yelled out, turn around, Hampton, only because that if he did turn, the ball did skid through a little bit. He may have been able to put some sort of pressure on with either a tackle or an intercept on this occasion here. He's just to the left of the screen, had a chance to come up, which then hopefully might have got one over the top. His opponent might have kicked the goal anyway, but it may have still caused some confusion, at least a contest that may have turned something was an easy goal to Port Adelaide into something quite difficult.
Lifted their intensity. That's a bit of a scrappy kick from Young. Westhoff, Ebert, we got a bit of a shove from Shields. He got away with it. He's a big kick. Palmer to run on, and Palmer didn't take the mark, but it shouldn't matter. He couldn't miss from there.
That worked in the best for him, because had he marked it, he would have had a set shot.
Had the opposition guessing. He kicked it. Oh, now that's paid a push. Work that out.
That's payback to Ebert for the last one. That wasn't a free.
Quick on the whistle, wasn't it? Ebert with a thumping ball. Wingard, we haven't seen a lot of yet.
Got him too high anyway.
Watch the left foot.
Completely out of his depth there, Tom Scully. Asked to defend.
Matthew Nichols saying, calm down. He's going to put him around on the correct angle. Wingard
Look at that,
still
though.
trying to check.
Look, Green's all over it. That's smart by Green in the end, because
He's still not far
he's
enough
still not
around.
exactly. But that's where Port Adelaide is smart. Shields does it, and no doubt they talk about it as a forward line to creep around as you should.
He's coming in close.
You can't rush from here.
Now he's given away 50. Green, he was just trying to keep it tight, keep the umpire aware that he was creeping.
It ends in a goal.
Because you have a look where he marked the ball, but then where he actually lined up, tried to line up really directly in front.
I reckon the umpires invoked the smart aleck rule here, because he permitted him
What's
to be.
this, though?
Look, he's out of his depth here, Tom Scully. Never watch the ball. That's a mark, free kick, and all of the above. But when he's on the mark, he allows him a certain distance, and he never tells him anything other. He's just... It's weird.
Broadbent, he's in a bit of a spin there. He got the handball away okay. Stewart to Robbie Gray, getting busy in defence, just squeezed a little kick out. It was perfect, and White accelerates from the stand start. Look at him go, though. He burns him off and goes for Westhoff, who took care of Cameron early in the contest, but Cameron not to be denied. Goes back and wins it, just hacks it around the corner. And the mark taken by Young. Swings it back, hops off the left, tried to shape the kick into the pocket. Monfries from behind. Had a little bit of a ride. Haynes back to Cameron again. He's doing okay. Jared to be proud.
He's kicked the ball.
His last two kicks coming out haven't been great, but he's winning the one-on-ones.
Kicking hasn't been flash. White from inside the 50 to break the shackles in this third term. And this dream run of Matthew White continues.
Well, the people at Richmond are looking, why couldn't you do that with us? Really, what you got with some sorts of players is a jigsaw piece puzzle. And they do not fit into the framework, or you might have had one of them that you only need one player of that type in your team. And he might just click, he might just fit. They might just need his outside run. They might need his pace and his finishing for a team which is really well catered for and inside players like Port Adelaide. Footy, and Tomlinson drifting down there. They're a little slow to try and hold the ball in when Port win the ball inside defensive 50.
There's some gaps in the forward 50, and one of them is filled nicely by the big frame of that man, Jonathan Patton.
He's a thumping kick.
He's a chance here, isn't he?
Yeah, you just need to put a bit of air into it. And I reckon he'll get the ride. Colby, you could reach out and steer him from there, couldn't you?
Well, one thing's for sure, I couldn't kick that far, but he can thump it. We saw him in Wagga early in the year do it exactly the same position.
Goes back and gives it plenty. He just about got through goalpost high, Jonathan Patton.
Cleared the barrier. GWS, because we've got Giles on the bench, Tomlinson's in the ruck, and Patton's the only one who you'd call key position player. Got in front there, Tomlinson.
On the advantage play, there was some uncertainty about it, but Shield knew what to do. Bang, they've kicked a couple in a row, and they're back in the game.
They probably looked at it when it went in there a couple of times ago, and they saw that Patton and Tomlinson and Giles tried to chase and hold it in. They couldn't do so.
Pollock got himself into trouble. Couldn't really get out cleanly, but now he can. He's moving, he's charging, and he's deadly at the moment, Jared Pollock.
That's seriously good. That is seriously good, Jono.
It's a fantastic piece of work from Pollock. He gets the ball to Corns. He actually knew when he gave that handball that the space was going to open up on his left side to get this. And you look at Cameron there, he's positioning on Westhoff. He's got the only reason I'm bringing up Cameron is could he have got off at some point once he knew Pollock was picking up this next ball to protect the goal square. I'm not sure he could. He has to trail Westhoff there. Ball lands in the goal square, open goal square, and Pollock puts it through.
It's Hoskin Elliott.
Good build up here from the Giants.
Plenty of numbers. Yeah,
this is a touch slow. 2 seconds too slow.
Plenty of numbers in that forward 50. Big Giles is a target.
Oh, big Patton.
But Patton from behind takes the mark.
That's an excellent grab from Patton. He floated in.
He actually went past the drop of the ball.
He did. It looked like he was... You semi-expect contact here, of course, but he look at the eyes. He just has a tiny look. There's Giles.
See, he ran past where the ball was dropping to. And that's what happens when he looked, as you called it, he looked down, and that's why he took his eyes off the flight of the ball and ran past it. But his handwork was good enough. Does he kick through enough?
He does, and they're coming, the Giants. 20 points the difference. Hurried left foot kick back in from Boak. Up to the 50, bit of a standoff there. Wingard with his class. He was under the hammer the whole time.
How is that?
But he wasn't worried one little bit. Stamps his class all over this game in a flash. And the margin back to 26 points.
Well, Port Adelaide GWS had the opportunity on half back, and they just couldn't take clean ball, and that's where Port Adelaide really hurt you. And then here, this is just class by Wingard, isn't it?
Oh, it's super effort. Bunteen gets wrong-footed. He's got to learn that Wingard's nearly always, 9 times out of 10, going to get onto that left foot. He feigns to the right first.
Yeah.
So 4 goals to 3 for the quarter.
Just a sharp step, isn't it? That one step was sharp, enough to give him the space to kick the goal.
He's done the right Bunteen against him. He's so talented. Wingard, one opportunity, bang, goal out of a half chance.
Big body of Brad Ebert there in the cut and thrust in the middle.
They don't want to give another one up here with 2 minutes to go in this quarter.
Corns to Pittard. And now Aaron Young, if he gets the bounce, he didn't in the end, but he paddled it on and kept the momentum going. Gee, a lot of space there for Matty White. Unbelievable. Runs into the slot and puts it through. That is quite amazing.
When you see him, he's getting run down. He senses that he's getting run down at the end. And with his last 3 steps, he puts the afterburners on. Watch this one. He gets knocked over here. He makes a charge up at it.
Let's have a look here, Derm. See if someone can actually come at him to prevent that.
It's Scully, I think, comes in from the side. But he just puts the afterburners on for those last 3 paces. There.
Helped himself to another 3 goals today, Matthew White.
Little sideways look, and he slingshots himself for the last 3 or 4 metres, and gets to point-blank range.
It's interesting today, Scotty Pendlebury, in an interview with him on radio, Doom said he'd like to get rid of the sub rule. Doesn't like it for the players, particularly coming into the game. Well, Matty White would support that because he spent endless times as the sub for Richmond. The kick goes deep into the 50. Here's Monfries. Oh, look at this. They've turned it on, Port. Newton away. Wingard again. He started it all 2 minutes ago. He kicks another. Gee, they've got some weapons.
Now, if we look at this on the replay, watch Bunteen. He is so keen to make amends. He comes 3rd man up and absorbs himself into the pack and goes to ground. Wingard never goes to that pack. Sits out the back. Watch.
Perfect
See, Bunteen
vision
keeps going there. Bang. Goes to ground. Back pedal out of it by Wingard.
Wines has got better as the game's gone on. This time it doesn't quite reach the destination. Shield, Treloar, Scully.
Oh, great tackle. They were away. If he gets fist on that ball, they're in the forward line.
They might be anyway. Lamb feeding it through to Smith. He used the presence of Palmer and then gave to him, but wasn't perfect. You never know. The way the day's been going, that could go anywhere.
I'm not sure that was a pass from
I'm sure
Reece.
it wasn't.
A dribble goal in the end.
He's put it through. Hoskin Elliott. And a real one-on-one, and the numbers were with Port Adelaide. Pollock again. High centering ball. They all converge on the square. Oh, Jarman Impey. That time he won't miss. He runs it in for another goal to Port.
That's all you can ask, Derm, isn't it? If your sub comes on, he's just got to run as hard as he can for 20, 25 minutes of play and hit the scoreboard as well, especially if he's playing as a forward. He's had a couple of opportunities now and makes the most of that one.
He did very well there. Haynes has done the right thing. He's worked Westhoff off the ball, under it, allowed it to get over the back. Here's another one of their elite kickers, Pittard. I'll probably put the Moz on him now. Oh, hang on, hang on. Oh, you can bounce it, son.
He's in a world of trouble, but he's got out of it. Patton just stayed off him.
Well, if you take into account the spread of the goals at 21 metres, and he's run from outside that point post to outside the near point post, he's got to have run 25 then.
Given just a little bit of latitude. Oh, stumbling and bumbling was Boak that time, and Devon Smith made sure he paid full price.
Who gets out of the loop? So that just goes to show the strength through the midfield they've got at the moment.
Young down to Schultz. Done enough.
That's spread by, yeah, but that's spread. But just go back one possession. Young's run out of the middle when Canelio chased him. Canelio knew he didn't have the foot pace to cover him, so takes him down in the tackle when he can, because he doesn't want to get him, let him get too far away. It's his pace that has created this.
So Schultz to line up. He's kicked 2 straight this afternoon. The man that never misses has got his 3rd.
Certainly doesn't overkick them, does he? just caresses the ball through.
Five players today for Port Adelaide with 3 goals. That's we talk about spread. This is what you wanted to highlight here, Derm?
Yeah, he feared the pace had he gathered the ball cleanly, so he takes him down even though he hasn't got the ball. And the lateral ball across there. Frost is doing his best to guard. Jump from behind, comes under it. Frosty, his direct opponent.
So the margin, 41. 17-11, 113 to 11-6, 72. Smith, can he strike back for the Giants? He can. So some good potted highlights in this last quarter. Smith kicks his 3rd goal. Get the next one, it'll be game on. They sense that. Treloar had to go backwards, and now it's in Port Adelaide hands. So they shuffle it around Corns for Westhoff. Neat little step to get onto his right boot. Deep kick, and Schultz, as he has so often today, just provided the tonic when needed for Port Adelaide. Takes the mark, and he'll go back and try and kick his 4th goal. And Leon Cameron is frustrated.
Well, Sam Frost has been sitting on the bench, just getting a good breather, and he could not make the drop of the ball going back with that flight. Curtly had to come at it as well. He opted to stay with self-preservation and the stats that are against his man's name.
And Schultz puts it through for Port Adelaide, and again, it's a big gap.
I think part of Leon's frustration too would have been in the middle of the ground. Treloar had the ball in his hands. If he launches it by foot, at least gets it forward, anything could happen. But he went for the handball backwards. That play got closed up, and then Port Adelaide were able to get on the bike and get going. And there it is. He's
had to come though, Curtly.
Not happy. Yeah, well, that's right. I agree. Yeah, had to come over the top and create some sort of spoil.
Well, really, a big, angry, nasty backman comes out and hurts Schultz. Then.
And now he'll drive it long. He's had another big day. 28 disposals from Kane Corns. Good service for Angus Monfries. Up to take the mark. Kicks quickly to Schultz again. He's got it again. The goal-kicking machine. He's kicked 4 straight.
It'll be interesting to see what goes on at the end of this game and who Leon goes to. He's genuinely not happy with the last 2 minutes.
So here's Jay Schultz for his 5th goal. He just does not miss. He's deadly. And that's high fives for Jay Schultz. He's taken the game away from the Giants just when they were coming. I mentioned he is a terrific story. After all that time at Richmond, he confesses that he didn't work hard enough at Richmond, thought it would happen for him. He hit the big bag of 6 one night at the Gabba against Brisbane when they were a powerhouse. Yeah. Just to frustrate Richmond supporters even more.
It's late time on. I might scunge.
Yeah, he actually did well there because he trailed Wingard. He actually worked down with Wingard there, who's a forward who's pushed defensively.
Well, this could be dangerous. Well done.
High kick, and in the end it's controlled well enough. Pollock decides to bounce. Oh, look at the pace. He's turned it on again today. Brilliant kick, worked the angles.
Schultz is on here.
Out to half forward, Ebert. Schultz, he might be able to collect his 6th goal. He won't get too many more easy than that. Six goals for Jay Schultz. And Port Adelaide running away with what will be around about a 35-point win.
That's going to go in the stat book. 6 goals to Schultz, and he's done all right. He's done well. He's marked the ball. He's capped off that great piece of play. But that goal is created purely by Jared Pollock. His ability to be in heat, in traffic, and just bust into space and put that ball to advantage.
Pittard delayed the kick. It was a good kick too. Finds Wines. Opens things up to the other side. Here's Matty White still powering on. Schultz would love to get his 7th goal. Bunteen had other ideas. And the siren is going to sound on a 35-point win to Port Adelaide. They had to work for it. The young Giants again teased us a little bit with what they can do, but in the end they leaked too many goals, and that man Jay Schultz feasted, kicking 6 goals. Monfries on his return, Matty White and Jared Pollock, probably as good a story as anyone out there as far as Port is concerned. Had 30 disposals and 3 for himself. Smith kicked 3 for the Giants, but in the end it's Port Adelaide winning, and they remain on top of the ladder.